So I read. Oh, sorry, I'm in a party while I'm doing this. I read Batman and the Monster Man. So I don't know what Earth number it's on. Oh no, sorry, wait. I wrote notes on this. Earth number was unknown until the end of Mad Monk, which is definitely connected to this. It ends where the Laugh starts, confirming this is post Zero R year 2, as in Long Halloween is retconned. So Batman and the Monster Man was good. And it takes place on Earth 1. Batman and the Mad Monk, which takes place like immediately after Monster Man. Also good, don't really have much else to say about it other than that's well confirmed that it's Earth 1. Also, Batman Chronicles The Gauntlet. I do not know what Earth it takes place on, but it was good. Despite how short it was, only like 45 pages. Nightwing Earth 1, which takes place on Earth 1 because this is part of the Nightwing Nightwing main series, you know. It was also good. I don't really remember. It's one I remember the least because it's one that I read first out of this list. Like I started reading that right after I made yesterday's video. So until the Carrie Kelly book comes out, I am done with her 31. Final review, Supergirl. It is, I'm gonna say, the worst show in the Arrowverse. Like Batwoman is better. I'll say it's bad. I don't remember watching the first 3 seasons, but season 4 was great. Then, sorry, I'm just hearing what they're saying at the party. Season 5, I don't even remember like what happened pre-crisis, because like there was like a bad guy, but they never actually. It was just named, I think. And then crisis happened. It's like all of a sudden we've got Leviathan to deal with, and I don't know if Leviathan was who they're dealing with pre-crisis or what, because there's a massive gap between me watching it pre-crisis and me watching it post-crisis. I watched it pre-crisis like whenever, we'll say February, and I watched it post-crisis a couple weeks ago. Like the ending, the way that it's like like halfway through the episode, I think. Maybe like, first 20 minutes of the episode, that's that's Lex and Nick Sleep gone. Just suck him up into the Ram Zone because of Lex's mistake. That's it. Not actually defeating him. And then the rest of it was basically just the wedding with Alex and Kelly. I don't like Kelly. And that's sad because this happened like before season 4, like season 2 or 3, I think. I remember that Alex had dated another woman before Kelly. I feel like she was a better match with her than she was with Kelly. And like just the stuff that John was talking about during the wedding, I was like, oh, they complete each other. They don't really. Like Barry and Iris complete each other. Oliver and Felicity complete each other. Like, Felicity keeps Oliver from going too far, but Oliver gives Felicity courage to be strong. And the relationship between Barry and Iris is basically the same as that. This Twitter as of 19 to 7 p.m. Also, I took the headset off because they're talking about God of War. Hey, Elon, can you find out what happened? Sorry, what other elections were handled by the former Twitter regime? Thank you, the rest of the world. Hold on. Sorry, to clear my ears. I've seen a lot of concerning tweets about the recent Brazil election. If those tweets are accurate, it's possible that Twitter personnel gave preference to left-wing candidates. Still going on. Former VP of Global Comms, Brandon Borman, asks, can we truthfully claim that this is part of the policy? These are regular people and private citizens doing regular comms work and asking good questions. Unbelievable hack stuff here. Twitter is one of the most powerful tools in the country, capable of bringing down democracy if fallen into the wrong hands. Or the executives running Twitter are just regular people doing regular work unworthy of public scrutiny. But you can't have it both ways. Sorry, I'm putting the password in both Apple and read at the same time. Facebook Twitter limit reach of my post article about Hunter Biden. Good. Russian disinformation about the harm of democracy shouldn't be given mainstream platforms. You shut the fuck up. Russian. No. It's because it's something you don't like doesn't mean it's Russian. Matt Tallaby said, what's sad, disgraceful downfall, I swear kids, he did good work back in the day. It should be a cautionary tale for everyone selling your soul for the richest white nationalist on earth. Well, he'll eat well for the rest of his life, I guess, but is it worth it? Is this you gaslighting liar? Self-proclaimed journalists recoil in horror at the practice of actual journalism. People who call themselves journalists are upset to objectively true and valid emails from public, instead of the usual practice of anonymous, made-up sources. Says it all, doesn't it? Final baseless conspiracy theories are spreading about Hunter Biden and despite pledges to curb misinformation in the lead up to the election, social media sites aren't stopping them. Well, they did. One more time, US in a bizarre, surreal situation where the leading advocates of state and corporate censorship are media corporations and their employees. It's an amazing propaganda feat getting journalists to take the lead role in demanding political censorship. For days, British media ran front-page headlines about a woman being asked where she's really from. I've looked on the front pages of the BBC News website, The Times, The Guardian, and The Telegraph. None of them mention Elon's info drop last night. Watching some of the most famous, most powerful, and richest men red pill themselves into disaster. Pretty wild. Not for nothing, but so far everything revealed is basically exactly what has been known for nearly 2 years, and is basically how these kinds of decisions always work. I mean, why the build up to reveal this? I'm not going to read the rest of these. You can just, pause the video and look at them yourself. The sleazy pro-censorship pack of liberal employees and media corporations united last night to attack, as they do, any journalist who breaks a real story about real power centres, and because they were so desperate to discredit, showed what they are. One of the most important threads ever. Take the time to read it all. But these misreads, or whatever you want to call them, are getting worse and worse every day. Elon tells me he will release all the Twitter files, including all requests from the Biden campaign and DNC to censor individual users. Okay, everyone, all at once, PR work for the world's richest man. I think I have the hiccups now. How do these people all manage to talk exactly like the same platitudes, intonations, and contrived emotions? Watching Tabby's downfall so sad. I thought he was a reliable damn liberal pundits live in a closed information system, speaking only to and for one another. Sorry, I thought it was going to bite the heck up there. Imagine volunteering to do online PR work for the world's richest man on a Friday night in service of nakedly and cynically right-wing narratives, and then pretending you're speaking truth to power. Imagine going all the way to do PR work for the richest person in the world, humiliating shit. Imagine being replaced at the height of your career by such mid-AI. Hunter Biden, just a normal guy struggling with addiction whom Elon chose at random to embarrass. No elite connections, no corruption scandals, nothing significant to the public interest. Deleting pictures of Hunter Biden was appropriate. Twitter's suppression of NY Post story about Hunter's laptop was far less defensible, but no amount of misguided rhetoric can transform a Twitter story into a government scandal. They're working hard to turn a scandal into a non-story. If Musk is willing to weaponize internal Twitter privilege and confidential docs for political purposes, imagine what he might do with y'all's DMs. Hello, I call myself a journalist, and yet I'm extremely angry when transparency is brought to the world's most powerful corporations. I also think it's infuriating when journalists mention the names of the richest and most powerful corporate tech executives. I'm a journalist. Looking forward to going through all the tweets complaining about PR for the richest man on earth and seeing how many of them have run stories for anonymous sources at the FBI, CIA, the Pentagon, White House, etc. Elon, the risk of something happening to me is quite significant. Elon just said Apple is fully presumed advertising on Twitter. He said Apple is Twitter's largest advertiser. Apple was this shook. Vladimir Putin fell downstairs to oil himself. This was caused by a discarded banana peel left by the ghost of Kiev himself. Everyone clapped. Tune in for episode 2 of the Twitter Files tomorrow. Here we go. Sequels are never as good. Terminator 2. I disagree. I honestly think that Terminator 1 is the best Terminator. Also, I mean, there have lot of sequels that are far superior to the originals. So, my way off a bunch of sequels to watch, I guess. The Raid 2 as well somehow completely one-upped its predecessor. The fight scenes in the Raid were great, but I wasn't actually a fan of the thing itself. The concept of it was fucking amazing, but I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I watched it at my granny's house, and because it's foreign, he's complaining the entire time. My granny and my uncle, not me. I don't mind. Subtitles. Briefly used here. All made up gender is ironic. The 2016 edgy meme lord, the trans person pipeline. Marcus, why'd you delete the answer to life graded question video? You got something to hide? I didn't, and it's still there. That's the Christmas decorations up. Ho ho ho. Unphotoshopped picture of Mark. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Please don't be copyrighted music. Probably is. Pentagon just failed its 5th audit in a row. They lost track of $2 trillion in assets, but the government will track and tax every exchange you make over $600.